Hey guys, it's Cassie here, and today we're going to be talking about eyelid creases. So everything about eyelid creases, what's the problem with them in Asian communities at least, what we can do to enhance our eyelid creases, and some tools that you can use to actually achieve them. So let me first tell you guys about the problem with my eyelid creases. So the thing with Asian eyelid creases is that they're not always the same. So in the mornings, sometimes I'll wake up with a really beautiful eyelid crease on the left side of my eye, and then the right side of my eye will be a really small crease, so it becomes very uneven. And or sometimes our creases are just too small, and when we apply makeup and so on, when we open our eyes, you can't see the makeup anymore. So yes, for the most part it is for a beauty related reason, but there's ways for us to kind of work around that, and that's using two methods that I'll be showing you guys today. So the first method is using eyelid tape to cut our crease, and the second method is using glue. Using glue to basically hold up your crease line. Alright guys, so let's get into this video right away. The first method I'll be showing you guys, all you need is a pair of small manicure scissors and some eyelid tape that you can find from any Asian beauty store, or anything that's like medical tape I think is better to use as opposed to just using regular tape from Staples. But if you really wanted to, you could use that too. Honestly, you just need tape. So here I have the eyelid tape. You can also buy these pre-cut if you want. If you went to like Daiso or, like I said, any like Asian beauty supply store, they're most likely going to have this type of pre-cut eyelid tape. But for us, we're just gonna use a roll. Honestly, I think you get a much better price for the amount that you get, plus you can customize the shape. So I'm just going to cut out about like an inch or so, whatever I think is going to fit the length of my eye. And taking this little piece, I'm going to be cutting a half moon shape. So let's just... Okay, so what we want to do is we want to cut a half moon shape. So this half moon shape is essentially going to cut our eyelid crease, and I'm going to show you how you cut that shape. So I just start on this end, I cut a half circle like so, and then I cut it at the end downwards. So what you should get is something that looks like this. So I'm going to put it behind like a little black cover so you guys can see. So this is ideally the kind of shape you want. So the bottom doesn't really matter, it can be flat, but the top, it has to be curved, because the whole point is you want to cut your eyelid crease, and that curve is going to cut your eyelid crease. And according to your eye shape, you can adjust this according to how you like it. And now I'm just going to cut the other one. So I usually like to cut mine a little bit thicker, because I want a bigger crease. But if you cut a thinner one, it works too, but I would definitely recommend cutting a thicker shape. That way there's less likely of a chance for that tape to fall off by accident. Okay, so now that we are all zoomed in so you can see my eye, these are the two pieces that I just showed you guys how I cut them out. And now I'm going to apply them on my eyelid crease. So as you can see right now, my eyelid crease is actually already quite big, and that's because I used this eyelid tape the night before. So a lot of people actually wear this in the mornings, but what I found to work really well, and I think is a really important tip, is to actually wear it at night. If you wear these eyelid tapes at night, when you wake up in the morning, you can just peel them off, throw them away, and you won't even need to wear it for the rest of the day. So sorry if my light keeps changing, guys. It's like really sunny today, and sometimes the sun is facing this way and then it disappears and then comes back. But anyways, like I was saying, the first part you want to pay attention to is this crease line right here. when you put this tape on, you want to make sure it is right below that line that cuts your crease. So using this piece of tape, I'm going to place the very beginning right where that crease line is at. And then once that part is on, I can adjust the back of the crease line according to how high up I want it to go. So right now it is right here, as you can see, but say I want to make it a little bit bigger than that. So I'm just going to take the back end and I'm just going to push it a little bit higher. Let's see if my crease will cooperate with me. And now that you have pressed that tape in, when you open your eye, you see how it just cut my crease like that, and now my crease is a little bit higher than it was before. And you can kind of see a little bit of a difference between my left eye and my right eye. So this was the before and this was the after. You can't always achieve the crease that you want. So sometimes if you try and go for something that's extremely high up, it's not gonna last. So just try and not be too greedy with your eyelid crease, because the moment you take that tape off, it's just gonna vanish, and I highly doubt you guys would want to put in all that work and end up having the same crease line you had before. I'll apply it to my left eye using the other piece of tape. So like I said, you can wear this in the morning if you want, but as you can see, it's very obvious because I cut a really thick piece, but a lot of people will cut like a thin piece and wear it in the mornings with makeup on. You can do that, but I think it's a little bit obvious when you have makeup on and you're wearing this, but that's just my own personal preference. I usually like wearing it the night before. That way when I wake up in the morning, I can just peel them right off, apply makeup on top, and they'll last through the entire day. Okay, so now with my left eye, doing the same thing, place it in that inner corner right where that crease line starts, and then I move the back to a higher position. So let me just adjust it. You always want to make sure the beginning is aligned with this line here, because if it's not, then it's not going to stick. Move it up there. Alright, there you go. So now I've created an even bigger crease with this eye as well. And if you look at them together, you can see that both of my eyelid creases are significantly thicker now. And when I open my eyes, you can still see my lid. And this is usually the time when I just apply them and then I go to bed, I sleep. In the morning when I wake up, I just peel them off, wash my face, and I'm good to go. Alright, so this is the first method. I hope you guys like it. This is my favorite method. And now I'm going to show you the second method. So the second method I'll be sharing with you guys is to use eyelid glue. So you can actually buy eyelid glue, like I said, at any Asian beauty store, or you can even use lash glue. So right here I have eyelash glue, and this is just the clear version. It works just the same because essentially all you're doing is you're sticking the top lid to the bottom lid. So with eyelid glue, I usually like using this method for morning emergencies, or if I'm not going to be going out for the entire day, like maybe it's just like a night event or something. So for this little tutorial, you just need some lash glue and a little bobby pin like this, and that's just so you can push your crease line into the place you want it to be. So I'm just going to zoom you guys in. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to take that eyelid glue or lash glue. You're just going to look at your own eye and figure out where you want to put that crease line. So my crease is actually fairly big right now. But say I want to make it even bigger, maybe like somewhere like this. So now that you have an idea of where you want to place it, you just take that glue and you draw a thin line outlining the approximate area of where that crease is going to stick. Okay, so now that the glue has gotten a little bit tacky, I'm just gonna push it down right where I want it to hold, right there. And make sure you push it down and don't keep dragging it across, because the glue is going to get really sticky and then it's going to start forming like little white marks. Okay, so as you can see, it did stick in place, but I can tell you right now, I am being way too greedy with the eyelid crease I'm trying to achieve right now, because my eye is just straight up telling me, nope, I'm not gonna hold in place, but this glue is just adhering it there. So that's why I look kind of uncomfortable, and that's because I am. The thing about eyelid glue is it feels kind of weird. It's fine if your eyes are open, but anytime you like look down, it just feels like that glue is really trying to keep your lid up, so you can't really like fully close your eye, because then it kind of feels like it's just gonna disappear, like how it almost looks like right now. But let's just keep it in place. Okay, this one is just terrible. Let's try my left eye and see if it looks a little bit better. Okay, so the glue is on and I'm just gonna wait a little bit for it to dry. Hopefully we'll be more successful with the left eye. You kind of have to play around and see the limitations of your eyelid crease. Okay, I'm just gonna push it in right here. My left eye turned out way better. The reason why my right eye is not really staying is because prior to me putting on this eyelid glue, I already used eyelid tape the previous night to make my eyelids a little bit bigger. So now I'm just really pushing the maximum that I can go. That's why this eye is like totally not cooperating, and now it's going all haywire and like wonky. But yeah, so as you can see, it does work. It's just you have to be careful with how much you're trying to get, and to make sure you don't rub it back and forth too much or it gets kind of sticky. So in a scenario like this where I'm going out at night and I just want to have like a bigger crease, then I can just do this. And for the most part, it lasts throughout the entire night. I don't really have to worry about it. It's just I can't really look down. Alright guys, so now we've reached the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial on how to achieve bigger eyelid creases. I hope you guys found it to be helpful, to be relatable, and to be fun. Let me know which method you guys like better. Do you guys like eyelid tape better, or do you guys like eyelid glue better? Leave it in the comments below. Also, make sure to give my video a like, a subscribe, and just, you know, send me some love so I know you guys enjoy watching these. Anyways, hope you guys have a good day. Bye! It's time for me to wash off this eyelid tape. Or eyelid glue. It is so sticky.